On March 28, 1979, Unit 2 of the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant, located just 10 miles southeast of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, came within 30 minutes of a core meltdown. Large amounts of lethal radioactive poisons were spewed out into the environment then and afterwards. The nuclear industry says that nobody died because of the accident back there at 3 Mile Island, but don't tell that to the people here in Goldsboro or others living in what's become a valley of death surrounding 3 Mile Island.
There have been health studies after health studies, including those done by the state of Pennsylvania, that have shown that there were no health effects from the 3 Mile Island accident. The amount of radiation released from the plant during that accident was the maximum amount anybody could have received, was equivalent to a chest X-ray. So the safety systems at 3 Mile Island worked, and the follow-up health studies have shown that the public was not damaged from that accident.
Jane, the nuclear industry says that, well, 3 Mile Island happened and nobody died at 3 Mile Island and everything is back to normal. Has it been normal? Is it okay now?
Well, I think that it's far from normal. What I have seen with my own eyes and what I have heard from the testimony of the people of what they experienced clearly demonstrates that what came out of that plant was neither harmless nor inconsequential.
This is in my neighborhood.
Let's put it up like this.
Right here. This is a rose, a wild rose that had a bud with a full set of leaves growing out of the center. There was a farmer also had a lot of problems with his goats and sheep, and a few years after that he had a stillborn two-headed calf born on his farm in New Cumberland, which is very close to where I live. It's just across the river.
About how far is that from 3 Mile Island?
It's probably 5 or 6 miles, you know, depending on what part of that area. But this was a double-headed calf, stillborn, and this farmer, Herb Myers, also recently died of cancer.
Up to several million gallons of radioactive water were flushed right out of the core into the basement of the reactor, leaving about 75% of that core uncovered.
It probably came within a half hour to an hour of the total meltdown. But the thing about looking backwards at such accidents, I mean, it was finally terminated purely by luck, by someone coming on site and trying various things that he happened to stop the discharge from the reactor.
What most people don't know about 3 Mile Island is that in the licensing, we were prohibited from even considering severe accidents, accidents that would be worse than the safety systems were designed to withstand. Quite literally, any accident that exceeded the capability of safety systems of the plant was excluded from discussion in the license proceedings because the NRC ruled arbitrarily that it was too improbable, so it was beyond the scope of the proceeding.
The other thing that's important about 3 Mile Island is to recognize that accident started in what the nuclear industry and the spokespeople for the NRC like to call the non-nuclear part of the plant. There is no non-nuclear part of the plant in the sense of what's important to the safety of a nuclear power plant.
In the aftermath of the accident at 3 Mile Island, the world understood that severe accidents not only could happen, but do.